I'm indeed delightful now to call upon our Honorable Chancellor, Shri Samir Somaiya, for the Presidential Address.
Good morning to you all. Namaskar. Respected Chief Guest, Kali Selvi Nalathambi ji, Vanakkam. Respected guests, respected Registrar, Controller of Examinations, our Vice Chancellor, I'm sure he's watching from the ICU. He fell ill, but he's doing well. Our deans, heads of institutions, members of the governing board, board of management, my family, all faculty, invited guests, parents, and most importantly, our graduating students. Welcome to this third convocation. In 1942, as we said, ma'am, my grandfather set the foundation of the first school. 1939 is when he started his business. And to repay Samaj Rin, 1942 he started a school. In higher education, this campus took shape in 1959. And 5 years ago, it took the shape, part of this campus took the shape as a university in 2019, on the 26th of August, 2019. Before I speak to the students, I'd like to address some points you raised and how we are trying to continue to evolve this university. And I'm sure our graduates today will have a great interest to know how this institution will continue to shape itself in the future. I believe I got a very nice education in the school I went to, and in higher education, I studied at Cornell University, where I saw a great possibility of elective courses, majors, minors. But at home, I mentioned to you that I was made to learn Sanskrit, which I am now very happy to know. My grandfather said never to speak English at home. I'm a Kutchi. So at home we spoke Kutchi, Gujarati, Hindi and Marathi. English, my grandfather said, it's a language of the world, you must know it. But don't let it substitute for your own language. My mother exposed me and my sister here to music, to understand how to love music, and of course she sings very well. My father introduced me to the knowledge of the spiritual tradition, not the dogma of the religious tradition. And of course, my whole family, one of my aunts who's not here today, but two of them are here, but Leela Foy always said to me, please gain in blessings. If you must build up a balance, build a balance of blessings. And I think these are lots of learnings. So as we develop this institution, what me, the Vice Chancellor and others are doing is how do we create a bucket of courses that our graduates will need to do as we go forward. Because I was also privileged to be, my grandfather was a member of a very good club in Mumbai. So I got the chance to play very good sport, which at that time not many people had the occasion to. So as a result of that, we are thinking as we create a program, how do we create a program in which we give exposure to students of sport, of music, of the expressive arts, of languages, of nature, of biodiversity, of the aesthetic arts, in addition to what we will teach. What we will say, जो व्यवसाय है, जो सोच है, और जो चरित्र है, इन तीनों का विकास किस तरह से करना, तो ही हम जानेंगे कि कोई ज्ञानी है. And that is how we want to do it. So that's what we're trying to do. and we will continue to develop the university in that direction. I would like the students to acknowledge the role played by their parents, grandparents, family members, and teachers in the schools and maybe in the tuitions that have brought you all this way from the time you were a little child to this great milestone in your life. Please give them a big hand. You have spent 2 years here, 3 years here, and the engineering students, the first graduating batch, 4 years here. We will miss you. Miss us too. Preparing today for this talk and yesterday, I was reading the Ramayana, and I read a beautiful verse by Ram. Vahi vata yatah kanya tam sprishva mam api sprisha Tvai me gatra samsparsha chandre drishti samagama. O wind, go and touch Sita, and then come back and touch me. In you, I will find her touch, and our eyes together will see and meet each other at the moon. How beautiful. Think of our campus when you are far away. Think of the wind as it goes from wherever you are to the Kachi Haveli here, to the chessboard, to Aryabhat, as Anurag said, to Chanakya, to Eklavya, the sports center, the running track, to the canteens, to the dosa you may eat. Let the wind come back to you, let it touch you, and let us meet again. Remember, in our memories and when you visit again. Miss the classrooms, miss your friends. Friends, as Khalil Gibran said, let your best be for your friend. Friends are what keeps us going. Friends are what we take together. And miss your teachers. As I think it was her name, Dubey, right? The speaker, she said, the teachers who have guided her and who have told her to be relevant. Please carry the culture that you have been taught here. So what would I say you take with you? Take the motto, Jnana Devatu Kaivalyam, through knowledge only liberation. Only means knowledge. Liberation from what? We can also say liberation from poverty, liberation only also from small-mindedness, and liberation, of course, to think of a much wider and better world. Free ourselves from those things that separate us to see what binds us together. In fact, in the Ashtavakra Gita, it is beautifully said, Katham Jnanam Avapnoti. And Ashtavakra replies to King Janak that Kshamarja Vadaya Tosha Satyam Piyusha Vadbhaja. Kshama, forgiveness, Arja, straightforwardness, Tosha, contentedness, Kshama, Daya, compassion, and truth. Cultivate these and you're through. I think as we do our world of Vyavasai, where we earn, because we must, roti, kapda aur makan ki to bahut zarurat hoti hi hai. But let us remember to cultivate these Kshama, Arja, Daya, Tosha, and Satya. It will carry us through. Take the image of our founder, and we see him in the founder's garden with his hands outstretched, pointing towards a dream. I'm dreaming of creating a Vidyavihar, an institution where teaches Vidya, an oasis of learning. And I'm delighted today that our chief guest today, Madam Kali Selvi, is another name for Saraswati, and she has given you a lot of knowledge to take with you. We are here to not fill your minds, but to open them. Only yesterday I got a call where somebody asked me whether we would teach dogma. And I mentioned universities and education institutions are not to teach dogma. They are to teach students to think for themselves. It is not the creating of walls, it is the breaking down of walls. It is to enable possibilities. In the way that Vivekananda ji said, we want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. So dream and dream big, to be great citizens of the country, in the service of your family, community, society, and indeed the world. And as my grandfather said, and we said in the oath, you earn and you give back. Shatahasta Samahara, Sahasra hasta sankira, earned with 100 hands, give with 1,000, in the motto na manushat paru dharma, no religion greater than service to humanity. Think of my father's statue over there, sitting casually, looking at all of you walking by, and some of them sit next to him and open your tiffin and eat it with him. What a lovely sight. He must be so happy to see people, how this institution has grown. And I remember one lesson he told me, that never disagree with another person, disagree with the issue. If you disagree with the person, it gets personal. If you disagree with the issue, you just talk about the issue, it will never get personal. Remember the environment. It's a wonderful environment to have. Our chief guest spoke about nature. We have, by design, kept this a green campus. Somebody asked me, आप मुंबई में रहकर, जैसे हमारी जो सुरुचि की बिल्डिंग है, आप इसको तोड़ के, या जो विनय मंदिर का है, आप उसको तोड़ करके ऊंची इमारत क्यों नहीं बनाते? वैसे मुंबई में रहकर मुंबई में कैद नहीं रहना, हम आज़ाद रहेंगे. हमें ये आज़ादी पसंद है कि हमें आसमान दिखे. Recently near my house, there is some new buildings have come up, so all I said is हमारी आसमान छीन ली इन लोगों ने. So I still remember the Madhuban courtyard where that beautiful tree is. I said you can build a new building, but I don't think you can build a tree like that. And that's what we want to say. This morning again reading the Ramayana, talking about nature. Ram, when he comes to a lake and he sees the monsoon approaching, he speaks beautifully and says that the sky has taken the water from the ocean. And 9 months later, it's pregnant with the monsoon. And it gives back to the earth to once again say the cycle. Beautiful. What beautiful imagery to think about it at that time. So go back and take with you that tree in Madhuban. Take back with you the bird song in the Aryabhat building, inside a building. Take back the flowers you see, the laburnums that you see scattered. Take back the scent you smell and of the rain that falls here. And you see, and you feel life, and you don't see it go away. Take that campus with you. And Sahir Ludhianvi का एक बहुत बड़ा शेर है, as you see things beautiful, make them beautiful. माना के ज़मीन का गुलजार न कर सके, कुछ खार तो कम कर गए जिधर से गुजरे थे हम. Let's do that in our life as we go, may make it beautiful. Take back with you diversity of areas of study. We mean to offer you lots of areas to study. Take back the diversity of students that you see, the regions they come from, the faiths they profess, the languages they speak, the aspirations they have, the opinions they have. And of course, as we said in our oath, be sympathetic and empathetic to people who differ from you. And if you differ from them on the issue. Don't differ from them. Don't make it personal. It's good for your own health. Take beauty with you. Take beauty as an aesthetic. Take beauty of architecture. My father-in-law taught me through his eyes what beautiful architecture is. Come back in a year's time or 6 months' time. See our gorgeous new buildings that are coming up. Sanskriti, which will teach Dharma studies, and Saraswati, which will be the administrative headquarters. They are both beautiful architectural traditions. They will make a mark in the city of Mumbai. Come back in 6 months and see what beautiful architecture is. Of sport, please take back sport with you. I still play a lot of squash. I still swim, and I still do yoga. Please do that. Take it with you. And I'm very proud to say, because this I'm saying right now, the Vice Chancellor asked me to say it, that our students, grandfather told me, make our institution world class. We'll make it in world class in more ways than one. But he told me to tell us today that the India team won the bronze in the Inter-University World Squash Championships in Johannesburg. 4 out of the 6 who represented that were Somaiya students. Take back a love of learning. The Hitopadesh says, Ajara amaravat pragnyo vidyamartham cha chintayet. In the acquisition of learning and wealth, do as if there is no old age or no death. But as you acquire wealth, again remember, Shatahasta Samahara, Sahasrahasta Sankira. Think about reading. Open your minds, and reading opens your minds. Social media tweets are echo chambers. They close your mind. Please read your mind. If I would have not imagined today, and again I said when I was reading the Ramayana and talking about the biodiversity that Ram was seeing, I don't know when this book was written, but it is fascinating to see the kind of trees and flowers that he enumerates. Why couldn't our botany department, our environmental sciences department look at that whole list and see what is that biodiversity described then? Take back, be soft-spoken, have a respect for others. ऐसी वाणी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए, औरन को शीतल करे, आप ही शीतल होए. Kabir, go with that. Take a love of country with you. We love our country. वतन के खाक जरा एड़ियां रगड़ने दे. मुझे यकीन है कि पानी यहीं से निकलेगा. We want to build this country. We want to make it great. We want to make it beautiful. In your life, you will scatter all over the city, the country, and the world. Wherever you go, be sure you will meet a fellow person from Somaiya. Yesterday, at the annual meeting of the Indian Chemical Council, sitting next to me was Mr. Jaukar from the 80s, probably knowing Satish Rao, I don't know. I was in Hong Kong last week, sitting over there, and in Singapore. Whom do I meet but Somaiyites from all over the world, being successful and doing great for themselves and for society. When I joined my work, the first day, my grandfather gave me 4 things to live by. एक हिदायत दी हमें कि पहले तो ज़ुबानी रखना, अगर किसी को ज़ुबानी दी है तो उस पे कायम रहना. दूसरी बात कही कि don't lose your temper, क्रोध ना करना. Speak the truth. And the last one, never do anything that would make your mother look down. He didn't say that would make me look down. He said make your mother look down. 4 nice things to live by. And lastly, I graduated in 1990 from Cornell University, and the president who gave that speech then spoke an Irish prayer, and I will repeat that Irish prayer to all of you. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always upon your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you.